welcome to Skyforge. This is a first impression video I wanted to go ahead and put up to kind of give everybody a quick heads up. I've been playing it. I wanted to give my impressions. So far, I put about 7, maybe 8 hours into the game to really get a feel for how combat works and how things overall work. Now, first things first. Let's go to the training hall real quick. When you start the game off, you're going to be put into the role of a new immortal. And the basic premise is, I think the world is named Alien, Alarian, or something similar to that. But basically, there is a world that has the normal folks, and then the rare gifted few that can, when they die, they can resurrect. They are immortal. And those folks are destined to become the gods of this world. You can accrue followers and everything else. This is Skyforge in a nutshell. So there's a couple of different ways that you can start this game. When it comes out at launch, it's going to actually be free to play, and it's going to have 3 base classes. That is the Paladin, there is the Cryomancer, that's what I am right now, and the Lightbinder. Basically, this is DPS, tank, and healer DPS, right? Although the healer role is not quite as critical, and it's not quite the same. Each class technically has some of their own healing, and there's little orbs you'll pick up during the course of battle that will actually heal you as well. But basically, you'll have these 3 classes. Now, if you pick a Founders Pack up, the second tier of Founders Pack, not the first one, but the second tier of Founders Pack, there's 3 of them. And basically, the bottom level Founders Pack is only $20, gets you into the closed beta, which is what this is right now. And you have no extra classes. The next step up is the $50 Founders Pack, and that is adds the Berserker, which is a melee class. Then, if you get the top tier, which is either $80 or $90, you'll have the Gunner, which is a ranged DPS class, technology-based. And this world is very much a mixture of technology and magic. It's very, very interesting. But basically, you're going to have between 1 and 5 classes to start. 3 to 5 classes to start. Probably these 3. Cryomancer, Paladin, and Lightbinder, okay? When you start off, you're going to be in a very, very simple class that's going to be a watered-down version of the Paladin. They want you to get a feel for the controls and a feel for how you move in the game, how you work in the game. Once you get through that, then you'll make your character, and you'll only ever have 1 character on the servers. I have 1 character for the NA servers. There's not multiple character slots. Specifically because, while I am a Cryomancer right now, I can throw out frost damage as much as I want to. Whoa. I ran out of health on the bad guys. Just toss out some bolts there. At any given time, whoops, wrong button, I can step into my abilities and talents and then swap over to Lightbinder. Yes, you can dynamically switch classes in this game. Grenade! Let's get that and put it right there. Finish him off. Build up some energy. And Death Beam. This is the healer class, I would like to remind you. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So, the classes are very, very interesting, very different. And again, if I want to, at any given point, I can swap to Paladin. I am now a melee class. That's... Yes! Use a finisher there. There we go. And cut through. Now, I haven't progressed as much in my Paladin as I have other things, but get some slashes in here and finish him off with some blasts of lightning. Boom! That one's particularly satisfying. Now, some of these I do not have unlocked. Blast! And finisher. There we go. That is basic kind of feel for combat. I'm going to switch back to my primary, the one I put the most work in. There we go. I'm in my Cryomancer again. So, basically, I have these three classes that I have unlocked. You have what is called your Ascension Atlas. You'll pick one class to start off with, and then you can swap between any of the ones you have accessible to you. Then you're going to have to pick one and progress through it. Now, I'm going to try and zoom out here. The Ascension Atlas is a collection of nodes. You'll see every one, the beginning. This gives me plus 10 to my prestige. That's my overall indicator of development. This game does not have levels. And then this is Ice Comet. And you unlock Ice Statue. There's bonuses to stamina, luck, ability Cryonic Pulse, might, all sorts of stuff that you get and you slowly unlock as you progress through the game. Now, I put about 8 hours into the game. I'm at about 1200 prestige, and I'm all the way over here. Right? I have to get through these, and if you notice, at the very bottom of these, it has a cost. 125 of something. Basically, that's what these are. This is a Spark of Balance, Sparks of Creation, Sparks of Destruction. You have certain ones of each of these. Now, I already have one gripe having to do with this game. I'm going to put it right here, okay? Let's put this right here. I can barely read what this is. This number, it needs a dark outline or a black background, or this needs to be moved down here. Something, because this is just not going to fly. I cannot read these most of the time, depending upon where they're positioned. So now, if I put this here, because I'm focused on this attribute, what the heck does that say? I have to move it around, I have to check it. Their UI still needs a lot of work, but that being said, this is closed beta, and the game is still seeing refinements. Oh, gosh, let's see. So once you progress through all of these, different ones take different abilities. This one, I need to get 125 of, I don't know which one because they're color-coded, and I'm lost on that. That's another thing, is these purchase symbols, these balance, these sparks. The sparks need symbols on them. Some kind of symbol to differentiate them beyond just color. Valor, that's 125, 150. This is a class-specific ability, which is why it uses that little snowflake-looking thing. That's a separate category of points that's unique to the Cryomancer. But I have to get through these, through here, all the way over, all the way up and over to this. This is my class ultimate. It has a 9-minute cooldown timer. And then there's abilities I can unlock later. Is it that one? No. There's one of these down the road that actually lets you have that timer from 9 minutes down to 4.5. And that makes the ultimate abilities a lot more useful. But these ultimate abilities are supposed to be very high damage, especially late game. But once you get up to the end, I've heard estimates of between 2,400 to 2,600 prestige. So after only a couple of days, about 2.5 days, I am halfway to unlocking my ultimate, which means then I can go to the advanced classes. Now, the advanced classes include everything from the Archer, the Necromancer. If I don't have the Founders Pack, then it would be the Berserker and the Gunner. The Slayer. Oh, gosh, there's going to be the Kinetic, and I think I'm missing one. No, that's 9. The Kinetic, and then we have these 3, the Cryomancer, the Paladin, and the Lightbinder. That makes a total of 9 classes, with more being planned. I know the Monk is actually in development right now, and there's talk of a Witch being added as well. So there's a lot of different capabilities and a lot of different classes. each class plays a slightly different way. Well, some radically different ways. That's Ice Comet. We'll go over here to a bigger boss. Now, these aren't shooting back, because these are just training dummies, but still. And it's dead. There we go. So, it's a very interesting premise. The game itself, I really do like. It is still rough around the edges, though, and it does still need work. So, there we have the basic classes and how the class switching system works. Now, if you're looking at my UI right now, I'll light it up there for you. You will actually notice that we have a left click and right click. Those are going to be your primary beefy attacks. There's 1 through 4, and then V. Basically, I think it is XCV across the bottom, and then there's even an R for some classes all the way over on the right. Well, that means... There we go. I'll make an ice statue real quick. That is a decoy ability, is what that is. So, the basic gist of this is that most of the time, you're going to be moving with WAS and D. You have a quick dash you can do either through double tap or through shift. Of course, there's jumping. Jump is also the interact key, the space bar. So, you see use is space. You walk up to something and hit space bar, and you can use it that way. This is the transportation system. Get on a little shuttle and go somewhere else. Now, over off to the right, there's also control numbers. Those are a little extra hotbar where you can put click activatable items like little canisters that give you regeneration abilities, stuff like that. That's what I have in mind. So, this is just a park space. You can also, another thing you'll notice, if you look at an objective off in the distance, you hit space, and it has an auto run to destination. Now, here's the thing. I would watch this very closely because this is still being worked on. I have walked off the edge of a cliff twice because I wasn't paying attention. So, the pathing on this is not 100%. It's not guaranteed, but it does work, and it's a really nice feature so you can pay attention to something else. It's one of those little things that they've thought about. Whoop, and see, we're going kind of wonky. I'm going to go ahead and take over here. I have a follower that I'm supposed to be going to talk to. I'm not sure what's going to happen when I go talk to him. We'll see.
You are filling your people with the light of faith. Accept this modest gift from those who are truly grateful.
Thank you. So basically, 7,000 credits. Wow. Cantir is an actual chanter. He is a preacher for my religion. I am an up-and-coming demigod, and he is a preacher for my religion, for my faith. I've never been down here before. And it's an interesting concept. Long game, you will start accruing followers. You will actually start to develop churches in certain zones that you've done a lot of missions in. This is gorgeous. Oh, wow. There's actually green space down there. I don't know if we can get down there or not. I don't think we can. So it's an interesting idea, very interesting concept. Long term, as you develop your followers, and as you increase your status as a demigod, you will get more gifts from them. They will give you money on a regular basis. They will give you coin, all sorts of great stuff. So it's very, very interesting. I'm going to look at my objective down there, hit space, and just auto-run. I am hands off the keyboard right now. It's going to screw up, I know it, but I'm just going to show this off. So yeah, there's a lot to this game that I'm very impressed with already. Now, that being said, this game was developed by a Russian, at least primarily Russian, if I understand it right, development team. So there are certain cultural differences in this game. Like, for instance, you come over here to these things. I can't use one of those. I don't have a quest for it right now. So I'm going to go into and hit Y. That's the actual equivalent for social. This is Shadowstar, my buddy. We actually started about the same time. We need to do some group stuff. But this is what you'd be your friends and like your current group that you're in. You have Alinet. The planet, I believe, is called, Alien. And the denizens are called aliens, or Alia. Eleanor? I can't remember. One of those two. Anyway, Alinet is very, very interesting. This is actually an in-game news feed from the developers. And it's actually a social network. This is, if we go over here, this is my page. I have a wall that other people can post on. They can actually see about new abilities that I've actually unlocked. Now, here's the thing. This is when you start to see the Russian development coming through, but that's okay. Different abilities that I've actually unlocked for different classes over the time. If you have screenshots, you'll even be able to post in-game screenshots and put them on other people's walls. Now, I also have friends, and I can go to my friend's wall, and I can see he's unlocked Holy Ground, and he's unlocked Righteous Verdict. He's making a lot of great... see, this is me posting, and this is basically instead of... oh, he started messing with Cryomancer. Instead of an in-game mail system, you have an in-game social network, which I think is interesting, and you can open this up anywhere. Now, it gets even better. There's information about the game. There's different little adventures, the different scenarios, and different map settings, right? There's also a pack, current things going on about the game. This is actually not finished yet. They're going to have an in-game talent calculator, so you can calculate what kind of talent slots and what kind of things you can use as what class. And these are all the classes, by the way. Kinetic, Paladin, Necromancer, there's Archer, Gunner, Cryomancer, Berserker, Slayer, Lightbinder. Additionally, there's going to be Monk, and potentially even beyond that, Witch. But I know Monk is already in a functional developmental state. They've released videos with a Monk being shown in the background. You have access to the game forums in-game. This is actually brilliant, and I really do love it. Create communities. You can actually have different communities. I believe these are actually the equivalent of guilds, but I'm not 100% sure. You can join a community at any given point in time, create your own community, whatever. These are the newest ones. The Royal Blackwatch, Ascension, etc., etc. So, yeah, it's very, very interesting. Other people can even go and see what my current status on numbers are, what equipment I've got, what gear. And that does bring me to another major difference in this game. Equipment. This, what I have physically on my body, is irrelevant. You have ring slots, right? These are rings that add different stats and prestige. You also have an equipment slot, which is going to be like for the Paladin. Let's go to the Lightbinder. The Lightbinder actually has the rod and the pommel. So it's basically the top part of this weapon and the bottom part. For the Cryomancer, they have the inner core, the crystal, and the outer frame, the icy frame is what I've got. Those are two different parts. And those are my equipment. That's it. 6 equipment slots. That's all you got. All of your stat buffs come mostly from your progression through your Ascension Atlas, which is very interesting. I definitely like that. So, but it's very different, which means you can come over here to Style Room, and I can do, actually, let's go back to this Cryomancer. This is my current class. If I want to, I can do whatever I want to in order to make myself look particularly fetching. So now we have what I like to refer to as the Rune Wolf. This is the Mankini Pirate. You've got loungewear, class-specific uniforms that you actually earn during training. There's some nice suit. You can even change the colors of them on a whim. It's nice. And these are just the starting outfits that you actually get when you begin the game. There's more that you can unlock. Only one color for the baseball cap. Nope, looks like a total douchebag with that. Let's get rid of that. I don't know what this is. Class headwear. I don't think I have any. And like if I do class uniform, if I switch over to Paladin, he's in all class outfit. This is his class clothing, his class helmet. Those are his weapons. Lightbinder I have in his class uniform, but I can have him walk around in a lounge outfit. Now here's the thing. That's different from Cryomancer, which means as soon as I change over to Lightbinder, he would be in a casual outfit. It's really weird. It's very strange. So basically, style and appearance is completely irrelevant to level. It's completely irrelevant to stats, everything else. And I do actually find that very refreshing. I don't have to go through leveling up like I did in so many other MMOs, where you look like you're wearing a clown outfit because you're having to go for best stats. And you end up having to actually fight for a combination of stats and, skip the cinematic sequence. You have to fight for a combination of stats and other things that, look good. So that's one of the refreshing things I really do like about this. That's very, very cool. I love the fact that appearance has no bearing on my stats or bonuses or what my current capabilities are, what gear I have to boost my damage. It's real nice. Now, this game is not exactly open world. This is where things deviate. It gets different. Whoops. You go up here, this is what's called the Divine Observatory. You come in here and you hit space. And I have missions. This is the planet Alien. Or Alia, whatever it is. I can't remember. I'm horrible at remembering the name for this poor planet. Recommendations. So I've got this is a quest that I've actually got. Difficulty hard. Let's see. Lamber Forest. This has all the different elements. It's got all three. But see, this is where I start to fail. This is squad-specific mission. Squad-specific mission. And you can see what kind of bonuses, what kind of sparks you're getting from them. I can hide different ones based upon which ones I need. Recommended. You go to recommended, it shows everything. This is a mission that's just for credits. You just get money. That's it. Sparks of Insight is basically all of them. Creation, balance, and I can see down here. Now, if I had a symbol, let's see that cost, I could see, well, oh, that's a symbol, that is a spark of such and such, a spark of balance, let's say. And then I could click on Spark of Balance and limit what missions give me that, or do these two Sparks of Insight that give all three of them. So yeah, basically, this is the world, and this is how you deal with it. Now, you'll notice the next tier right up here, Lambert Catacombs. I can't get into that until I hit at least 1600 prestige, and I'm not quite there yet. There's also, these missions are not going to change for 15 minutes. That's real world 15 minutes. So I'm not going to see any of these change out or refresh or any more added for 15 minutes at least. Now, this is a battle. Number of participants, 3. This is PvP, but you get 2 times the actual sparks if you win, which is very interesting. I think that's very cool. So, yeah. It's an interesting system, to say the least. Capital, the Divine Observatory. I really do love the way that they've actually done this. It looks amazing. And if you notice, we're in these libraries. Oh, you can see some of the racks of databanks are going up and down. They're getting swapped out with this massive system down below. They really have done a lot to make this feel high-tech and futuristic, and I think it's great. But the controls are a little bit different. The chat system, this is all you get for chat. And basically, if I want to actually expand this, I have to hit tab, changes who I've talked to and what regions I want to talk in. Control, it gives different people, and I can search by name. I'm going to go to that one. And that's basically, that is chat. Now, there is, if you go into like your inventory screen, you have this down across the bottom. I can click on vicinity and see chat right here. You see? If I want to make it full screen, I can. However, there is no way to keep chat up aside from that little thing in the bottom left-hand corner, and even then it only shows the last line or two. there's a lot of weird differences in this game that I'm just going to have to get used to. I think this is going to be a game you're probably going to be playing with voice comms anyway and communicating in real time because it requires a lot of reaction and reaction timing to things. But yeah, this is actually the progress so far in Skyforge. I'm probably going to release some more videos, but I wanted to put out a first impressions on things. I really do think that it is refreshing. It's an interesting way to approach at things. You do have inventory and you can buy more bag slots. This row, they're starting to get a little bit more expensive. You see, purchase 1 slot. If I purchase 2, purchase 3 slots at once. So you can purchase a whole bunch, like all 15 slots. If I wanted to get everything, it's going to be 304,000 credits. They have a great sortable class storage system. Nice little hints down here. You have a lot of different things that you'll actually be using and interacting with to upgrade. Here's one thing that's different also. You can upgrade your equipment slots. I can upgrade this if I want to. Do I have anything? I have nothing I can take apart. Okay. Basically, as you get extra gear, old items, rings that you don't need, you'll take them apart and they get converted into upgrades on your enhancement stone. This will start gaining points. As you get more of these, you can convert them to a tier 2 and finally a tier 3 enhancement stone. So equipment, if you look over here, weapon upgrade. I've already upgraded. See, this starts off at rank 0 and you have to upgrade it to rank 1. So, it's an interesting system. Once I do this, the more I upgrade, the more bonuses I get from equipment that I put in this slot. And here's the thing. This slot upgrade is across all of your classes. That's something to think about. So you can actually upgrade these slots that you put gear into in addition to upgrading the gear gradually. When I change classes over to Lightbinder, these two swap, but all these rings go with me. And I get new equipment from my Lightbinder pretty regularly as well if I play in Lightbinder. So it's not real hard. It's a really, really good system, and I really do like it. You've got great numbers and statistics over here to show you as you up your equipment what bonuses you're getting. So yeah, different sets of currency that they're going to have for the different methods and different systems in-game. They are going to have an in-game shop that is not in place yet. They are going to have an in-game shop, and that in-game shop is going to have real money transactions for cosmetics, for mounts, for decorative things. There might even be, I'm not sure, but there might be a way to pay money to unlock some of the advanced classes so you don't have to do it manually. But I don't know about that yet. That is something to be determined. However, so far, I see no signs of a way where they could make the game pay to win. Not really. It's not that cut and dry. It's not that easy. Now, you might be able to pay for boosters that let you advance quicker than others, but I don't really see that as pay to win. That's pay to play easier, basically. But anyway, it's going to be a free-to-play game. It is going to be an alcoholic's dream. You can have one character that you can max out every single class in and switch back and forth to your heart's desire. I really hope you guys will consider giving a look at Skyforge once it goes into open beta. I'll be putting more footage of it out as things progress, and we'll see how it comes in. This is Vaygrim signing off. Thank you very much for swinging by at this quick look impressions at Skyforge. Bye-bye.